Good morning, everybody, or good, I don't know, or night. I just wanted to do this because this, I saw this for like 2 seconds, and it looks pretty sad, and I would kind of want to, I think this today is a day where I cry. Yes, you can cry. Because I have a cat of my own, and this is about animals that are getting, shit, sorry. They're getting kind of abused and sorry, kind of abused and whatever they call miscarried. And my cat is here, and he's sleeping, so I don't think I'm miscarrying my cat, am I? Because if I am, then I'm scared, because I don't want to miscarry my cat. But I got his shirt on. That's mostly a jacket. But I'm just gonna watch this, try not to cry, because I cry easily about animals most of the time. So yeah, let's just try to not cry.
Coming up on Animal Cops Houston. An animal hoarder pushed to breaking point.
Oh my.
We're here to help you.
So hard.
They spent their entire life in here. This is all they really know.
Oh, that's the worst matting I've ever seen.
And an aggressive encounter with a wild Mustang.
Is that why I'm not at home?
Houston, Texas, home of the Houston SPCA, a refuge for animals needing help, and headquarters for a team of highly
Stockles.
trained investigators dedicated to preventing animal cruelty.
Hi, this is Investigator Sandberg with the Houston SPCA. We are here because we want to make animal cruelty a thing of the past. We're here to rescue as many animals as possible, to educate people who do not know how to care for animals properly, and to punish those who intentionally cause harm to animals.
I don't cause harm.
What's going on with your dogs?
Without the work we do here at the Houston SPCA, thousands of animals would die, thousands of animals would suffer every year.
See it.
He's coming out. He's coming out right now.
The cruelty team is headed up by Chief Investigator Charles Johnson, a veteran of more than 10 years in the field. This morning, he's leading his team out on one of their most extreme cases yet. Supported by deputies from Harris County Precinct 1, Johnson has persuaded a self-confessed animal hoarder to hand over her dogs.
We don't need you to be in there. Only thing I want you to do is to escort us to the door and go ahead and let us in. And then I'm going to take a peek in there. And then from that point on, you can come on out, and then I'll take over from there.
Sorry,
Don't be worried about it. We're here to help you.
So hard.
Yep, don't worry about that aspect. We're here to help you. All right, let's go up there.
Until a month ago, there were 60 dogs on the property. The owner has already signed over 30, but the rest are still in the house, and after years of neglect, they're now feral and
Okay, never mind.
All right, that's all I need. Thank you, ma'am.
The owner of the animals has a makeshift bedroom on the porch with a cot. I think there's a rocking chair in there, a coffee maker. So she has actually moved out of the house. The dogs have the house.
the door to the property is jammed, and the team will need to dig their way in.
Let's go dig a ditch. What's happening is that there's so much filth, we can't get the door open. So we're trying to remove some of the filth from
behind the door so we can open the door so we can get the dogs out.
After
Me.
years of neglect, fecal matter has accumulated, hardened, and caked the floor of the entire house.
Whoa, so many.
We're just not digging enough of it out. It's too petrified.
I had shovels and a sledgehammer to try to hammer and shovel some of that sludge out from in front of the door so we could at least get the door open.
Here, hey!
We couldn't get it open, so we're just having to feed the dogs out probably about an 8-inch crack in the door to get the dogs out of.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
After forcing the door open, Wagner and Jansen face another problem.
It's a doggo.
They're surrounded on all sides by fearful and aggressive dogs.
Coming out your home. All right, is there any more in there?
There's one under there.
All right,
over here.
Flush them out in a second. Let me get
Leave the doggo alone.
This house is their territory, and they'll guard it fiercely.
It's a mess in there. It's a really bad situation. The dogs are aggressive. They don't want to be caught. It smells pretty bad. Overpowering. So I just want to try to get this done as quick as possible. Get these animals out of the situation.
All right, let's walk to the back. Kind of flush them out this way. I'll break the front door. Y'all kind of around there. Come to the door here.
The team uses catch poles to secure the dogs without causing them injury, and slowly they begin to make progress. Once they're secured, the dogs are taken outside for the first time in their lives. They're scared and suffering from years of neglect.
Doggo. Not crying.
They're all in bad conditions.
almost.
The skin conditions are bad. Eye problems in all of them. Nails are very long. They're not being trimmed. They're in bad and poor shape. That's what they are.
The owner knows she should have acted a long time ago and admits she let the situation spiral out of control.
You get very, very attached to these animals, and they get to be a part of your heart. And I'm not one of those people that can walk away from an animal in need. And one day you kind of wake up and you're surrounded by dogs, and you don't know how it happened.
Here, you can take a break. I'll take it over from here.
It's very emotional. I mean, it's hard to believe, but I'm a true animal lover, and this is extraordinarily difficult for me.
The conditions inside the
Of
house.
course, because you're old.
Got
I'm just
petrified
kidding.
feces
I don't worry.
that are about
It'll be
2 feet
different to me.
deep in some places.
Because I'm young.
It's slippery. It's wet. Slimy. So it's pretty bad in there.
After nearly 2 hours, 25 dogs have been rounded up. Jansen orders a final sweep
25?
of the
What the
property.
heck
Oh my.
happened?
The team begins to digest the horror of what the dogs have been subjected to.
Oh my god.
We're looking at a large quantity of fecal material on the floor, and the smell of ammonia and feces is overwhelming in here. This has been years and years, if not decades, of ongoing. All of the furniture is basically suspended in time. This particular couch has been here obviously for years and years, and it is so solid in the ground with all the feces and urine that's built up. It's immovable at this point, and we can't budge it at all. And you can kind of judge the height level as to how deep the feces is as we're walking through. The standard when they build a house.
I look Judge Shook, do I? Cause that's really sad. Like me imagining my own pet, my cat, out there, like in in a horrible situation. Wow, I sound like a grown up. Why? My cat's sleeping really healthy. He's like here. You can't see him, but he's blue because he's a different color. I don't know if you can see him because I'm blind right now. I don't have my glasses. I don't wear contacts. No.
The standard.
Maybe. I don't know.
openings for some of these entrances is
I guess you
8
can
feet.
call
So
them
if you walk
contacts.
over here, I'm 6 foot. I can judge basically there's 18 inches. I've got 4 or 5 inches of clearance above my head to the top of the door jamb. So the subfloor to the floor, which would typically be the floor, is at least 18 inches thick. So that's how we can kind of judge how much feces we're actually standing on by utilizing some of the things that are typical to the house. Now, obviously, due to these animals have not been outside, they spent their entire life in here. This is all they really know, and with not any kind of socialization.
Just as the team are about to load up and leave, another discovery.
There's a closet. A closet? They're in the closet.
Come out! Come out!
More doggos?
After removing a pack of feral dogs from a property in Harris County, Houston SPCA investigator Maverick Wagner has discovered more hidden in a backroom closet.
You okay?
Oh my god, oh god. Why am I crying? Oh no, I'm crying, I lost.
Suspects the dogs have had no human interaction their entire lives, and starved of attention, they're fearful, aggressive, and dangerous. Using catch poles to secure the dogs, the team has to force them through the door and into the outside world for the first time in their lives.
Got it. Easy.
The catch poles don't hurt them. It's just more of a surprise. They're trying to get away. They're just not used to it. So like right now, I don't want to push him too hard, too fast. So we got the catch pole on him. Now we're just letting him relax, realizing that he's not going to be hurt. And now that he realizes he's not being hurt, he's calming down. It's just the initial fear when we first capture him. You ready? Okay.
They look like chow lab mixes. It's a little tiring trying to get these animals to maneuver the way you want them to, especially when you don't have a solid footing.
Struggling to stay upright on a carpet of feces,
Here, Roman, take this. I can't get through the door with him.
the investigators finally forced the last dogs out of the house and into the safety of the kennels.
Is that the last one that's in here?
All right.
I guess I
After a stressful morning, it's a relief for everyone, especially the owner of the dogs.
This was definitely an answer to my prayers. You know, I've been praying to God to help me figure out how to fix this. I just didn't know where to turn.
Nobody does.
Hold on.
Wagner knows how difficult today has been for the owner, and he's decided to let her keep a couple of the dogs.
This dog, her name is Droopy. She's actually going to keep 2 dogs from the property. As long as she gets them spayed and neutered, we don't have a problem with that. We're here to help her. Just call me, let me know where you're going to take them, when their appointment is, you know. All right, ma'am, thank you. You have a good day.
We're ready.
At least she kept 2 dogs.
While Wagner heads back to the shelter with the dogs, Johnson is diverted to another call, 40 miles north of Houston.
Weather together every 6 minutes. News Radio 740 KTRH. Accident involving an 18-wheeler on the 610 North Loop westbound.
The police are concerned for the safety of more than a dozen malnourished horses and have decided to call in the Houston SPCA before it's too late.
We're currently en route to Horse Case in Polk County, where an owner
It's a horsey.
neglected to take care of him adequately, and Polk County
Horsey.
Sheriff's Office reached out to us to see if we could assist them with the removal of the
I might
animals.
cry about the horse too. Oh my god.
Reports suggest that the horses have been all but abandoned by their owner. Some of them are wild, and investigator Randy Farmer has arranged for
Whoever you are that abandoned a horse, come at me, bro. Come at me. Because, how would you feel if you were abandoned? You'll feel bad. You'll feel hate. Don't feel that. I will kill you if you try to abandon animal. My cat is not actually my cat. It was abandoned. And when I first got him, he was in bad health. And I will find that owner that abandoned this cat. You hear me? You hear me? Okay, that hurt my eyes. Ow. Okay.
Back up at the scene.
We have 5 different investigators on the way here, and hopefully everything will run pretty smooth.
Okay. That 3 reels me.
Officers from Polk County have enlisted inmates from a nearby prison to assist with the rescue. There are 14
What?
horses and
It's
3
from a
donkeys on the property.
fucking
Jansen
prison?
will need all the help he can
Sorry
get
for
to
my
remove
language.
them
I'll stop
safely.
saying cuss words now.
It's wet.
Before the team removes
It
the
wet.
animals,
Me.
they'll need to take photos to document their condition.
There's a horse. It's another horse. It's another horse.
Struggling in cramped pens strewn with debris, the horses are underweight and suffering with injuries.
Whoa.
Food, little water, and the winter weather has left many of them standing in mud. The images will form part of the case against the owner.
They were starving to death. They have
Come at me, bro. Like, who gives you permission to be... Who gives you permission to be an owner of a horse? Tell me, because I really need to know. Because I need to scream at that owner, and I need to scream at you because what you did to these animals... Ooh... I mean, you're so lucky you're not an animal, and I knew that you did this to these horses and animals and all those types of animals. Even if they're aggressive, even snakes, spiders, I will freaking kill you. Like, yeah, a little girl's gonna kill me. Watch and learn. Until you meet me, you have to be nice to animals, or else go to hell. And thank you. Okay, back to the movie.
have eaten the bark off of every tree. There's nothing living in those pens except for the horses, and they were some of them barely living. It was such a large number that it was more than we could handle, so called in and asked for a favor with the SPCA, and they've gotten us out of a couple of jams, so we appreciate them so much.
Let's get a bucket of grain. Let's go ahead and load these guys up. Here you go.
At least some of them are
Get along?
behaving.
We're about to find out.
After setting up panels to corral the animals,
Load up.
the team encourages them onto the trailer using buckets of grain.
Run along the fence line. Come on. Yep.
Hey, stop it.
One of the horses appears incredibly nervous, and the investigators know they'll have to tread carefully.
All right, some of the horses, the temperament's kind of iffy, so safety is a major concern. Nice and easy. Back up a little bit, Farmer. There you go. Very good. Nice and easy. All right. Just start walking nice and easy up. We don't need to rush too hard.
Jansen's worked with horses for nearly a decade and knows how unpredictable they can be.
Okay, walk slowly. Whenever we go to a location, what we need to do is we need to assess each situation uniquely, and we also need to assess the animals uniquely. Some of these animals have not been handled before, some of them are wild. The number one objective is to move the animals safely, where neither investigators nor the animals get hurt in the transportation or loading or unloading of the animal. Bring your end in, please. Bring your end in. Come on.
That's it.
I'll get in there. I don't want you in there. Push them in here with me in it. Come on. Come on, load up. got this one.
This one's a kicker.
The one of them is very antisocial. He was trying to kick all of us in and around the trailer. There you go. All right, now slide it up. Keep going.
That's a prison guy right there. Right here. Prison guy.
All right, we're good. We're good. Just hold it there. Look out.
Saddle.
The animals
That's horse.
are in poor body condition. They're not suited at all to deal with a harsh winter, even a mild winter in their current condition. There's no adequate food or water on the property. And so unless there was some form of intervention either by the owner or by the county, then the animals would have perished.
Just hurry up and take them to home. Are we able to see how you guys take care of it? Yay. I think.
Ready, Carlos?
Back at the shelter, investigator Maverick Wagner is unloading the 30 dogs removed from the hoarder's home.
Right now, they're all gonna go into the shelter. They're gonna all get seen by a veterinarian just to see what medical problems we've got going on.
I want to be a
No babies
veterinarian
should have to
when I
live in a
get older.
situation like that.
Inside the hospital, a team of technicians and veterinary staff are processing the animals. Vice President of Animal Welfare, Tara Yerkshat, is dealing with the most extreme cases.
See if we can see if they'll let us interact with them at all. Good boy. Got him? You're all right. You're all right. You're okay. Good baby. Good baby. This is the three-legged one?
I'm gonna start crying.
He's got a limb that's, whether removed from trauma or whether he got caught in something or whether he's born with it. He's clearly used it to get around, even though it's not as long as his other legs. It's rubbed, pretty well worn, pretty long toenails there. He's terrified, and although this looks like he's being very sweet and that he's being a very good, well-behaved dog, right now he is terrified out of his mind, and we're not seeing the real him at this point. Some of these dogs, the challenge with these types of dogs is they've lived in a certain environment in a certain way for so long, and we as human beings, when we see these guys, we think to ourselves,
Oh, he only has
put
3
our heads to the side,
legs.
15 degrees, and our heart breaks into a million pieces, and we say, I can do it. I can fix him. I can save him. And the challenges that come with a dog that's coming out of a hoarding situation are, they're medical, they're behavioral. I would guarantee that these guys aren't housebroken. I would guarantee that they've got no training. And when our hearts are breaking in a million pieces and we're saying, I can save this dog, I can save this dog, we're not thinking about what that looks like in our own home. Good boy. Hi. Okay. Oh, gosh. That's terrible. That's perhaps the worst matting I've ever seen. Come on. Come on. I know, Pumpkin, it hurts. Come on. That's all hair. I've seen really bad matting in my life. I have never seen anything like what we're seeing. That's hair and any food and any water bowls. He reeks of urine. He probably has urine burns under these mats. It's painful. Can I lift you? Good boy. Oh. Well, I don't think that I really have words for that. Even if we were to get him cleaned up, this dog's road back is nearly impossible.
Despite the dog's obvious neglect, he appears to have a gentle temperament. If his health problems can be treated, there's a chance the team might be able to save him.
So he would have died if they don't save him?
But Tara doesn't hold out much hope for many of the other dogs.
Hi. You're okay. You're okay. This little guy's been sedated, so he's not necessarily happy about me touching him. He just is not reacting to it. You're okay. Obviously, his body condition, he's very thin. If he were standing, you could see his hip bones. You can even just see them jutting out right there. But, the more obvious thing that's going on here is he's practically hairless because of the level of mange. His skin is starting to swell. It's starting to get that scabby, hard feeling that you see with mange. I mean, this is a guy who's, road to recovery is actually going to be almost as painful as the condition that he is in. And so, there comes a point where the kindest thing to do is to let them out of their misery.
For this dog and many others suffering with a multitude of physical and psychological problems, their suffering ends today. But the team will try to save any of the dogs that they believe have a realistic chance of survival.
It's been definitely an emotionally and physically trying day for everybody involved, humans and animals included. I'm glad that we got those animals out of that situation.
Sorry.
The living environment was deplorable. It's just a positive thing that we did today. Had a lot of work involved and a lot more work to go, but it's a good thing for everybody involved.
Oh, did I tell you guys I'm getting my merch, my BTS merch on Thursday? I mean Tuesday. So.
At the Houston SPCA Hospital, Dr. Frank Schumann and veterinary technician Matt Hanchy are struggling with one of the worst cases of neglect they've ever seen.
Okay. Is that a tail or is that a... That's the tail. Well, where do I start?
A dog removed from an animal hoarder in Harris County.
Yay, they're shaving them.
Case of matted fur, and her appearance comes as a complete shock to the medical team.
I've never seen anything like that. It's just feces and hair, and I can't imagine how long it would take for something like this to get that bad. It's pretty grotesque. I mean, this probably took years. So as far as mats and just filth, yeah, this is the worst I've ever seen. Definitely.
Dr. Schumann has named the dog Matilda.
So there's an ear, sort of.
You won't know the extent of her problems until all the fur is removed, but even that is proving difficult.
It's very difficult to even do it and start an examination without doing this because you just can't tell. Like it took us a while to decide, if this was the tail, if this was the tail, if this was the tail, this dog's gonna lose at least 5-6 pounds, I imagine.
Yeah, at least.
Matilda has been sedated, so she won't feel any pain. And after working methodically for nearly an hour, the team begins to make progress.
There's a nose there.
There's a face in there somewhere.
And there's a crying face right here.
It's okay, you're being very good.
Fudge. Do I really want to cry? No, I don't know.
3.4 pounds.
4 pounds.
About a third of her body weight.
Once Dr. Schumann is able to get hands-on, he discovers that Matilda is suffering with a host of problems.
Well, you can see how red it is down in that ear canal. I highly doubt she can hear anything out of this left ear right now. Her left eye appears to be gone. You can
Gone?
see the pus, the yellow-green discharge coming from there.
If Matilda's problems are too serious, Dr. Schumann will have no option but to have her humanely euthanized.
Still very woozy.
What is euthanized?
Her blood will be tested for diseases, and while they wait for the results, the team will make her as comfortable as possible.
We're gonna give her some anti-parasitic to kill all the fleas on her. And you can see they're crawling all over her, poor thing. We're gonna get her ears cleaned out and get that eye looked at and put it on some good antibiotics. So hopefully we can get her feeling a lot better. It's
I hope.
double-edged sword with how you feel about it, because you feel.
Where is none Jesus? I need holy water. Holy water. Where is none Jesus? I need none Jesus.
Angry and upset about how the condition is, but you feel better about it because you're actually doing something. They're in a better place at this time. No matter what decision is finally made and what we can do, it's definitely tenfold better than before.
While the medical team continues to monitor Matilda. 20 miles
Cowgirl,
away at Hempstead
cowboy.
SPCA facility, the investigators are facing a tough challenge. The horses and donkeys that were seized from a neglectful owner in Polk County are being unloaded.
Cowgirl, cowboy. That's a donkey.
Right here, the halter was digging into the nose, so that's all raw. Well, we have to collect evidence as soon as we bring the animals in. What we're trying to do, we delay in collecting evidence.
My cat is sleeping. Like a beautiful angel. Can you see? Oh, I'm sorry, Courtney. I'm sorry. That was my cat. He has a lot of injuries right now because he has been fighting other cats. But he would love to meet you all. You can't see him at all. No, you can't even see one little single bit of him. Sucks.
Then the judge is not going to see the animals as the situation was when the animals were first removed. The underside of his, where the halter's been riding, has been pretty messed up. The animal
Can I scalp
recognized
tails?
the issues with his animals and chose to not do anything.
Horses have been fighting over food and such. They start biting each other, and they're just hungry. And anytime any animal gets hungry, they're going to fight for any little bit of food that comes.
Do they bite each other? What the heck? I don't even bite my own. Well, I do bite people. But I only do it because they're mean to me or they're doing something that I want them to do. And I got a cat pen. Okay, let's keep on watching. Some people already know if I'm gonna start biting them.
Once the animals' conditions have been documented, the barn team steps in to provide what they suspect is their first decent meal in weeks.
I'm very happy that they're here now. I think that they'll do better, and they're not going to be tied up to something the way they were. The way they were was cruel. I mean, no animal needs to be tied to anything. It's sad to look at these animals and see where people have put them. They didn't put themselves here. Someone put them here, and we have to step in sometimes to try to protect them. You know, if we don't protect them, then no one's going to.
Shocking.
I know.
Some are in bad shape, and the team has identified one of them as a Mustang, a wild horse that rarely has human contact.
That is my foot. I like to stand on it, not you. You ready?
Chief Investigator Charles Jansen knows she'll need careful handling.
You're ready to let her go by. Ready? Whoa. All right, chill out. Whoa. Just chill out. Whoa. You're supposed to keep hold of it.
Jansen needs to get the Mustang into the paddock with the others, but he doesn't want to scare her. If she becomes aggressive, the team will have to use panels to push her in, but it will be less stressful if Jansen can lead her on the rope.
Horses! They're just going in circles. Me.
We're gonna walk towards that corner of the building.
Did you see that? He kicked her. I mean, I don't know if it's a she, but it kicked her. Him. Look, ready? Ah! Yeah.
We're gonna walk towards.
Sorry. You see it? Look, watch.
Ready?
gonna kick her. It's gonna kick her.
We're gonna walk towards that corner of the building. Walk towards that corner.
Johnson's not prepared to take any further chances, and the team moves in with panels to move the Mustang into the paddock.
One more panel. Swing your end in. I just want to use the side of the building for a moment.
Mustangs are wild horses that range freely through the western United States.
If he comes back here,
Their populations have to be controlled by federal agencies that sometimes capture them and adopt them out to owners who have enough land to let them roam.
Put it back a little bit. They're basically non-socialized animals. These are horses have not had a whole lot of human interaction, and so whenever they get close to humans, it's like a wild animal. Nice and easy. We're in no hurry. Are we, Fido? All right. See, simple. Stay away from the back end of the horse. Just kind of pick it up on this end, pick it up on this end. I'll pick it over here. We'll just drag the back end. Make sense? That's why you're not sitting on the end, back end of it.
Yeah, I know, but...
All right, go away. You guys go away. Go away.
Wait, they did it.
People nearly an hour to get the Mustang into the paddock, and Johnson knows it will be difficult to find someone willing to adopt such a challenging.
Hate human beings. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Oh yeah, happy Easter Day. I'm sorry. Happy Easter Day, everybody. I don't know if you guys are going out, but I'm not. I'm going to church.
For now, he's just glad the team stepped in when it did.
These particular animals don't have to sit another night without any food or any water. Now that our barn staff will take over, and we'll go ahead and start feeding and water these animals and get these animals back on the road to recovery.
In Houston, investigator Maverick Wagner is steeling himself for a return visit to a place he'd rather forget.
You okay? Roman, you got him.
Yeah, I got him.
Thank you.
It's a really bad situation. The dogs are aggressive. They don't want to be caught.
Why?
Wagner allowed the woman to keep 2 of her dogs, but now he needs to check on their welfare.
I'm going back to follow up with the owner to see if the 2 dogs that we allowed her to keep, if she got appointments for them to get spayed and neutered. It's really easy for the people to slip back into the old habits of just, letting the animals reproduce, bringing new ones in, letting them reproduce. So that's why it's kind of important for us to follow up and kind of make sure that she does have it under control and make sure that she is going to stick to her side of the deal to get the 2 that she does have spayed and neutered. Buddy.
When Wagner arrives, there's no sign of the owner, but he does spot something that gives serious cause for concern.
I'm going to leave a notice for her to call me because I did see when I pulled up, I saw 3 dogs here.
The woman was allowed to keep her 2 dogs on the condition that she promised not to take in any more.
There's a dog lying on the porch, so that makes a total of 4 dogs that I've seen on the property today. The 2 that we did let her keep and the 2 extra ones.
This is the last thing Wagner wanted to see. It's only been a matter of weeks since the rescue, and if the woman has already begun taking in more dogs, things could soon get out of control again.
I thought we were helping her so much by getting all the animals off the property and, letting her keep 2. It's kind of sad for me to come back and see that nothing's been done, see the living situation pretty much the exact same, to see more animals on the property that we didn't leave here.
The owners subsequently contacted Wagner, claiming that the 2 new dogs were strays and confirming that she had made appointments to get her dogs spayed. The team continues to monitor the property. Back at the Houston SPCA hospital, the team hasn't given up on Matilda, one of the only dogs to survive the hoarder's house.
So right now Maggie's gonna give a little bit of a sedative, and then then she's going to also give some pain medication. Then we're going to get her ear cleaned up, maybe clean up some other areas that we weren't able to get to before. Little sweetie. It's relaxing now, huh?
Incredibly, Matilda's blood tests were clear. She's disease-free, and now veterinary surgeon Dr. Cheryl Hoggard can begin treating her other problems.
Got an eye missing, a broken tail, messed up ear. Her teeth are pretty bad too, actually. It's awful. It's probably one of the most horrendous situations I've ever seen. There's definitely a lot that, we gotta work through to get her to an adoptable stage, but I mean, she's got such a sweet and loving and just really kind personality. Really want to help her to live out the rest of her life.
Fuck with Mr. Krabs.
Once Matilda succumbs to the anesthetic, Dr. Hoggard gets to see exactly what she's dealing with.
Oh, man. What I'm seeing here is just a lot of swelling, redness, and actually it's bleeding. I can't even, again, describe the smell. It's just a really bad infection. What we're putting in here now.
Thunder, bro. What's going on with me? Biggest strawberries. Sing.
Antifungal. She's got pretty severe dermatitis, but it's turned into a very severe ear infection. Equally, the eye underneath there is also a nice little area for the bacteria and the fungus, and so it's pretty severe. It has to be extremely uncomfortable. She definitely is a fighter. She's definitely, a strong individual. It's really quite miraculous, actually.
Sit up, darling. That's a good girl. Hi. Hi, how you feeling? Such a good girl.
Looking better each day.
Hey,
Pretty
you're back.
face.
Hi, darling.
Oh my god!
She feels good to be handled and loved. Something new.
It's being very good.
Back at the stables, the horses seized from a property in Polk County are adjusting to their new surroundings. This morning, the veterinary team needs to assess them and then place each one of them on a specially designed recovery program.
It's very thin. For a horse to get like this takes months. He's been starved for
Thank God he's gonna say years.
Some of the horses are still incredibly weak, and on the far side of the paddock, one of them has gone down. She's called Cassie, and Dr. Schumann is concerned that after months of neglect, she could be losing the will to survive.
From what they've been telling me that she's been down quite often. She's very thin, even thinner than the other ones that have come in. With neglect, I mean, a lot of times the first thing you're going to start seeing is, obviously them getting very skinny. With just malnourishment. Some people think they can just turn them out in pasture and that's going to be enough. But, with the drought we've been having and we haven't got a lot of rain, there's just not a lot of vegetation for them to eat, and the proper vegetation. Then you'll see the feet. Another reason that they can lay down a lot is, their feet hurt. And that can be, certain other diseases like laminitis. You can see she has, quite a few chips and cracks in her hoof wall. She hasn't got a whole lot of hoof trimming in her lifetime. It appears they're a little, this foot is overgrown. I need to check the rest of them. But what I'm doing here is just clean out all the dirt and debris out of the foot. Brush it off. And And what you can see is, usually, just like a horseshoe looks, you'd have a nice, arc. Right here, you can tell the toe of the foot right here is overgrown. Hopefully we can get a farrier in here and get her trimmed up, get her feeling a little bit better. We'll get her vaccinated, and also the ocular discharge, it's a little yellow. They can get, upper respiratory infections, We'll probably put her on some antibiotics, and hopefully that should clear her up. And that and just proper nourishment. Hopefully we'll get all that straightened out.
At the other end of the paddock, the wild female Mustang that kicked Jansen yesterday is showing no signs of calming down. Farm animal care manager Jeff Anderson is hoping to gain her trust. He'll use a lunging device to gently persuade her to move around the paddock.
I'm just gonna move her around a little bit in this round pen and see if I can't get her calmed down. So I'm just gonna try to quiet her down and see if we can't get her calmed down, and that's where we can get a lead rope on her.
The vets need to assess her condition, but so far all attempts to get near her have failed.
Whoa. Whoa. And we don't have any idea what kind of handling these horses have had by the previous owner, so with what she's telling me right now, she's just looking for an exit point and she wants to get away from me. And if we can establish a little bit of trust, whoa, whoa. She lets me get a little closer to her every time that I stop. Whoa, whoa, you better quit. Whoa.
Jeff has to be careful. A kick from an adult horse can be fatal.
Whoa. She's just about got it figured out that I'm not going away. Whoa. And she's just about convinced that all this might not be worth it. Whoa. Whoa, now. Ain't nobody gonna hurt you, sweetie. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, you better behave.
Every time Jeff gets too near, the horse turns, presenting her hind legs.
Whoa, you better behave.
And signaling her intention to kick out. The rest of the team is standing by with a dart gun. If Jeff fails to gain her trust, there may be no option but to sedate her.
What
And
is that
after nearly 2 hours, Jeff has to admit defeat.
I was hoping that we'd add a lead rope on the mare, but she is not having it.
If the Mustang is sick, the veterinary team will need to act quickly. Darting any animal is risky, but Jansen knows it's now the only option.
Sorry.
Alright. What's the dose? You want 5 cc's, right?
At a Houston SPCA stables in Waller County, a wild Mustang needs
Hey. You don't have to let him to listen to you. You just need to make sure he's okay. That's all. Oh my god, I'm starting to cry now. You don't need to do that. Do you? I don't know. I'm so happy that I don't do this to my life.
You can carry out a medical examination.
What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and chemically immobilize the animal. It's a sedative. Then the medical staff can go ahead and evaluate the animal.
This horse is very difficult to approach as it is. He's very frightened of us, and so we want to just try to get him calmed down a little bit so that we can do what we need to do as far as getting his vaccines, and we need to take some blood to get a baseline on him. So in case he has anything that may be a problem medically that we need to address.
Sedation obviously is going to be the last case scenario. 99% of the time we're able to do these evaluations without having to use any kind of sedatives.
Sedating any animal is risky, and without knowing the horse's weight, the team has had to estimate how much drug to use. Jansen lines up his shot. And now, the team has to wait.
Take some time to take effect. each animal is a little bit different with how they react to the drug. So we want to keep the stress level down on the animals. So we've injected the drug. Now we've backed out, get everyone out of the corral in the arena, and just see how the animal reacts.
Charles, how long has it been now? What's the time?
9 minutes.
Dr. Hoggett monitors the horse, and when she feels that the drug has done its work, the team moves in.
All right, let's go. Walk out that way. Go and use that lead rope. Bring it all the way open, lock it onto that one.
She's sedated, but still capable of delivering a powerful kick.
Nice and easy now. Easy now.
Jansen needs to secure her so that Dr. Hoggett can carry out the examination without fear of injury.
Push her down, sure. That's it, right there. Hold it. Nice and easy. No hurry. Let me know when I'm touching her. All right, Doc, you're good.
First thing I'm gonna do is take some blood for the blood work and the testing we need to do, because that's usually the trickiest part. She's doing really well so far.
As well as carrying out a thorough medical exam, Dr. Hoggett will give her some basic vaccinations.
She's probably never had vaccines before, is my guess. So, okay, just kind of listen if I can. So overall, she looks really good. You know, her feet are overgrown, so they need a little work if and when possible. Her heart sounds good. Her lungs are clear. Her digestive tract, listen to the sounds of that. That's it. They sound normal. So she looks really, really good.
It's a great result, but now the team needs to find someone brave enough to take on this horse and give her a good home. After being rescued by the Houston SPCA, Matilda, the dog removed from a hoarder's home, has made a startling recovery.
Get your best side.
Okay, Mira, tell us what happened to the dog. It's so sad.
It's really sad. This is Matilda. Now, Matilda is about 8 or 9 years old.
A public appeal is launched to find her a new home, and there's an overwhelming response.
Let's go inside, girls. Okay. Oh. Come on, Miss. Come on, little girl. Come on, little girl. Oh, that's right. Come on, little.
No freaking way! I actually cried. You can kind of see the tears coming right here. It's freaking away. Oh my god! I love this lady. She just made my life go beautiful. Okay. It's just a doggo. That's.
After I heard her story, I knew. We had to bring her home. Come on, little girl. That's right.
Liz and Vinnie Goodin-Mieda from Manville have stepped in to offer Matilda a second chance, and they've enjoyed watching her confidence grow.
She bounds around the backyard. But when we first got Maddie, she kind of treated grass like a foreign object. She didn't really know what it was. When she stepped on it, she didn't like the way it felt. She's become very trusting very quickly, and she does love to be loved on. She loves to have affection and show affection. Yeah. Every day I fall in love with her more. What a resilient spirit. They have such a capacity to forgive. And with all the...
She's crying! Fuck. Okay. Let's keep on watching.
Maddie went through. She shouldn't be as loving and wonderful as she is, but she is.
Matilda's not the only one that can look forward to a new start. The white mare named Cassie, who was seized in Polk County, has made a full recovery and has already been adopted along with 3 other horses. wild Mustang has been given the all clear by the medical team. Vice President of Animal Welfare, Tara Yerkshat, has named her Sally.
Hey, Sally. Hey, pretty girl. Special treat for you. Hi, Sally. She looks good. She's in good health. She's in a much better place now than when she came in, but she still is a wild animal. She is still going to require some very specific placement, and we're looking at sanctuary placement for her.
The Houston SPCA has contact with animal welfare groups across the state, and Tara's confident that it won't be long before Sally is off to a new home. In the meantime, the team is still seeking justice for all the animals that were seized from the property.
At this point, we've gone to court, and the judge has awarded the horses to the Houston SPCA, and the previous owner has been charged with 2 charges of criminal cruelty to animals. Part of our mission is to be advocates for the animals.
You got charged. Whatever you do to animals, this will happen to you. You will get charged and you will go to court. You don't want that, do you? So, don't get charged, because if you do... Darn it. Happy Easter, guys. I don't care about Easter no more. But if you dare to hurt an animal, or if you don't want your dog, give it to me. Shit, sorry. I ruined the video. Give me the pet if you don't want it, because I will treat it as my own. And you will see in my video that I treat it better than you do. Is it done? No, it's not done.
And
Sorry.
to speak up for the animals who cannot speak for themselves. And we're happy that they're with us now, because we know that their care is at a much higher level, and they're thriving.
I want to know if I can adopt it one.
They've got good futures ahead of them.
The previous owner is awaiting trial. If found guilty, he faces a fine of up to $4,000 and a year behind bars.
He got arrested. He deserves it. But I can't adopt none of them. I want to see if I can. Let's see. Do they give me like a phone number to adopt one of them? Oh, they have. They don't give no phone number. That's sad. That was really fun. It's a cry. I'll do my deers tomorrow, maybe. Maybe it's already 12 a.m. But thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy, and please say something to me, because I want to read something. Not really. No, I don't like reading, but I'll still read it. And if I hate you, I'll still read it. If you think I hate you. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for watching me cry. And I'll see you guys in the next live or video. And I mostly make lives, so mostly alive. And I'll see you guys in the next live. Bye. Oh yeah, and stay pretty and